Hey, what's happening? Glad to see y'all here. Welcome to Good Times at 7. I just barely did make it myself. Then I had a computer problem when I got home. I had an estimate doing a kitchen late and got home and then my darn computer wasn't working. I had to reboot it. Starting to worry about what was going to happen if it didn't, if I couldn't get it. I was already going to plan B it. I have to use the phone and go live there. So I imagine that's going to happen when we get out there on the loop. So, yeah, we got to plan for the plan Bs all the time. All right, let's see here. Like and share, guys, your social media. We're fast approaching that 7,000. We're going to do this crab trap giveaway. So I'd appreciate anybody. I'm just going to check here and see. I haven't even looked in a few days. It's been a very challenging few days, week. Let's see. YouTube studio. And my connection seems to be slow. Y'all, how's it? Somebody give me a thumbs up. If y'all are hearing me good. My connection, let's see if it's just this phone. Could be this. Oh, that's why. Yep. All right, everything's looking good. Okay, all right. Let's see. Hey, Jules, what's happening? Tommy, Adventures of Happy Hours. Let's see. Jeffrey, what's going on there in Punta Gorda? All right. Let's see. Chuck, what's happening? Paradise Power. Okay, Frank's in the house. What's happening, buddy? Caitlin Clark, how's it going? It's going good. I'm a little tired. It was a very busy weekend, and unfortunately, I didn't get to work on the boat. We had some stuff. I was helping a friend move, and y'all know how that moving is. That'll take you down. That'll wear you out. Switch back from Venice, Florida, one of my favorite places on the earth, for sure. All right, Caitlin, appreciate that. Everything's looking good. All right. Yep. Oh, Frank's over there in Sebastian. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was my phone. So one of the things I'm working on, I just got internet access down to where the new studio I've been telling you about. So I'm one step closer to that. So probably not the next one, but hopefully by the one after that live stream, I'll be moving in there. So this lighting's acting a little weird on me here. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're streaming on YouTube and on Facebook as we always do. Y'all, if you're not friends or like the page, Good Times Adventures on Facebook, just search that in. You know, it's Good Times Everything now. I remember Tommy way back there, it'd been a year ago, Tommy, when you said you had mentioned the channel to somebody and you said Good Times and the guy couldn't find it. Well, that's correct because it was under Michael Steen. So now I got pretty much everything's Good Times. So if you're not friends on Facebook, though, go ahead and follow that page because when we get underway, I share probably more of the pictures and stuff like that on that page because it's, you know, you can just put it right up. So it's a little different. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. Didn't go well this week. Didn't get too much done on it. I did order in the carpet. Let's come to that. Let me come to that. Let's see, boat update. Yep, so I did get the carpet ordered. Waiting on the fuel tank. That's the last thing that I'm waiting on to be able to get the engine in. And I should get that this week. So I'm praying that I do because that's what's the only thing holding up the engine installing. Y'all know last week I got the gimbal housing installed, and now I'm just waiting to get the gas tank so that the engine go in. It's all these one step A or step B requires step A. So I think I'll have a good update for you coming on the following Monday, but we'll see. One of the things that we're going to talk about today is I'm starting to get in my mind again the route. And mostly when I say that, I'm talking about Chesapeake Bay and making a list. And I want to reach out to y'all about some of the places to must see in your opinion. So that's kind of what I'm starting to work on, because of course that'll be the first 2 weeks to a month is the Chesapeake Bay area. So nautical terminology as we're doing, the draft is the depth of your boat at the lowest point. And if you are doing much of boating, you need to know what your draft is. Now, most boats, most of the bigger boats, that draft will depend on where the sensor is in the boat. Good times I had it down below the water line. So if it said, the depth was 4 foot, I actually had an extra foot because it was about a foot below. So draft, you need to know if you're doing much boating. Freeboard is the distance between the deck and the water line. Most often that'll vary from the front to back. And that's more like if you would be talking, if I was talking to somebody and they were asking me a question, would this boat work? And one of my first questions would say, how much freeboard do you have? Which is the distance on the side. Obviously, your freeboard should be more as you go forward. And a boat like that, a bigger boat like that, then that would tell you what kind of waves you could take. All right. Let me move this out of the way here. Ground tackle is your anchor and your gear. We'll any of your lines and anything like that, we'll call that our ground tackle. So just another terminology things you probably have heard of. Most of you have. Let's see. All right, question of the week. What we're going to talk about here real quick is what are some of the most must-see on the Chesapeake Bay? I don't know how many of y'all, a lot of y'all are here from Florida, but what are some of the places that you believe are the must-sees on the Chesapeake Bay? And what I want to do here is stand by 1 second. All right, let me get this up. While I'm looking here, y'all can, if you have any places that you're thinking of, go ahead and add it in the comments there. What are the must-sees in the Chesapeake Bay? And part of the reason of talking about this for people that didn't know, like how far we made it, how far I made it last time, and I'm going to show you where we're going to start back. All right, let's see. So now we're going to share a screen. Stop sharing. Present. Share a screen. Google Maps. All right. So this is obviously the Chesapeake Bay area. And in the 21, the season of 21, for those that don't know, we had some damage coming in the Dismal Swamp, and I'll show you here in just a second. So this is the Dismal Swamp right here. If you ever get a chance, when you're doing the loop, go through here. This is super cool. Y'all can look back on my channel and look for the Dismal Demon. But this is where all that occurred in the Dismal Swamp. But I came through here, and Deep Creek, there's a lock right here called Deep Creek. And matter of fact, it's right here is where you lock through. Really cool place. I don't know why I like it so much, but that whole area in there is really nice. And this is about a 15-foot lock drop, which is pretty cool. But so we made it all the way. Now we're going to end up coming back here. Is where I ended up putting the boat on the hard. You can't really see it, but it was right here. I think Tommy, when he came down, Tommy, didn't you? I believe you shot me a picture as you went by there. But so we made it. The last day that I was anchored was right in here. There's this marina. I can't remember the name of it, but let's see. It's got the fish and chips. They're a good place to get dinner. But as those that would remember, I was anchored right in here and I left out. And we was making our way down here. And right about here is when, and to kind of give you the overall, I lost the drive to the boat, and I was live streaming whenever that happened. And you can go back and look that up. And I didn't know what it was. So after a few minutes, all I knew is I had one engine and I wasn't about to go out in this big water with one engine. So guess what? I turned right around and I went exactly back to where I was and dropped the anchor there in the same place. And then within a couple of days, trying to decide, you got to realize I was planning on heading out north, like heading out into Chesapeake Bay. And then that happens, and in a real time, you got to figure out what to do. And I came back up and put it on the hard right here, and I'm going to show you, which this place is no longer there. But look at this boatyard. It's actually there, but as you can see, this is a newer picture. They don't have any more boats in it. But this was a boatyard, and you can look back on my videos and see that I put it on the hard. And then I thought I was starting back. Y'all remember I flew up to check the boat and got, after that, I was already getting sick and didn't know how bad it was going to be. And anyways, long story short, I ended up selling the boat because I thought I was dying. So long story short, now this, and I've been in these waters before because I bought a boat in Niantic, Connecticut, and then brought it down. And because we, at that time, we went up the Delaware River through the C&D Canal and down to Chesapeake. But that was, we were hurrying. And this time I want to take my time and kind of enjoy. And let me come back to the comments. Let's see. Freeboard goes up to Gunnell. That's correct. Let's see. Baltimore in September got some amazing footage on the Chesapeake Bay. So you did a cruise out of Baltimore, so out of Maryland. Okay, all right, that's cool. Let's see. Yep. So Tommy was coming down. Tommy, I can't remember. Did you go to Dismal Swamp? Let me see. Yeah, you did. Okay, yeah, you did go into the Dismal Swamp. Okay. I'm trying to remember back on yours. Did you do? Let me go back here. Did you go? Did you go on the outside, Tommy? I can't remember if you went up Chesapeake or the Delaware and then down to Chesapeake. Seems like you went on the outside, if I recall correctly. But what my questions are: does anybody have any spots there on the Chesapeake that you would highly recommend? And let me come back to the map. So I'll be coming out right here and passing Fort Monroe. And of course, you got to hit these waters at the right time because as you can see how big it is, it'll get very sporty on you. The last time I came down it, of course, through here, it was good. And by the time we got down here, the waves were like 5 or 6. I mean, it was crazy. We had to stop. But one of the places that I definitely want to make it is Tangier Island. Everybody says be sure to go by there. I think that's it right there, Tangier's Island, yeah. So that'll be one of my stops, and it's looking kind of like really about day 2 as far as the distance. And for those that don't know, when you're on Google, you can right-click, you can measure distance. So there's the starter, and then I go up here and click again, and it shows you 66.5 miles. So we'll clear that out. Let's see. Let me see. Come back. I can't see the screens at both screens at the same time. So no, took Chesapeake. Okay, good. So you did Chesapeake and the C&D Canal. Yep, through the Dismal. Solomon's Island was a nice stop for us on the Virginia side of the Chesapeake. Little marina there with a pool bar. Seems like I remember you even. Let's see where that is. Solomon's Island. All right, let's oh, there it is, right there. Solomon's Island, yep. Okay, so that's about, from Tangiers, that's only about another 60-mile run up there. Has anybody else other than Tommy say in the comments, have you been on the Chesapeake Bay or have done much boating there? I wished Washington was as close as Baltimore. As you can see here, let's see, let's measure this. It's that's only about 12 miles up. It's about, that's kind of, actually that's interesting. They changed something. Measuring distance used to be you had to, so now you can just click it, and then you had to click down here and say clear it, but now you can just exit out. Well, that's good. Because I had thought about going. I really would like to go up and see Washington D.C., but look at this mileage, and I think yeah, we're talking. I don't know if I want to see it this bad. Let's roughly say that 112 miles. So that's, 225, 30 miles probably round trip. That equates at the average of, let's just say, $4 a gallon. Yeah, you're talking about probably realistically, I imagine, I've never been up there before. I imagine the fuel prices are even more. So you're talking about an $800-900 run just to see the Washington D.C. area. So I don't know. So Tommy, you stayed at the Solomon's Island Yachting Center. Okay. So guys, if anybody on the replay that will see this on after the live's over on the replay, mention any must-see places. And I'm starting to make a list on them. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Tommy. But yeah, if you have any must-see places, and when this goes to replay, y'all leave a comment on there, and I'm starting to take a look at that. Real quick, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, kind of helps. And we're not going to go real long today. I don't have a ton to talk about on the boat, but I should next week have a good bit. Let's see. All right. Let me come back over here. All right. I'm going to let me go back to the map one more time. Give you a chance to comment if you want to. So Tangiers Island, Annapolis, I have thought about I'd like to see Annapolis, and I did some searching. I think there's a marina right. I want to say it's right here somewhere. Already did some searching. Supposed to be a nice marina in here, but Annapolis, I'd like to walk around this and do some of them live streams. Y'all remember when I get out and walk and show, do some lives. And short of that, now last season when I was on there, I was making a list, and I'll have to pull that back up and we'll talk again about. I had a list. Someone sent me an email of places to see on the Chesapeake Bay. But of course, if you've never been here by water, you work your way up, and then right up in here, and you go into a really cool area called the C&D Canal, Chesapeake, Delaware Canal, and Chesapeake City. I know I'll stop there. And then when you get over to the other side, there's a marina right here. I can't recall the name of it right off the top of my head. There's one right here. I think it's right here. Oh, I have to look it up, see exactly where it's at. Oh, no, it's here, right up here, Delaware City. Yep, there's a city park right here. I want to say, I can't remember if that's the one that they got some docks there you can spend some time at and anchor right out here. I think from my last time doing the, whenever I was doing the trip before. But then you turn south on the Delaware River, and on my last trip coming through here, we actually hit rocks. There was a submerged rocks here because we were passing this power plant, and there was a bunch of big ships moving in and out of there, and they were throwing crazy waves. It was raining. We turned trying to get out of all of that, because I was in basically a 23-foot boat then. So this boat's only a couple feet bigger. Good Times could have handled it OG, but I turned and running trying to get over here out of it, and I hit a submerged rock wall that the signs were about, I don't know, 150 yards apart, and in the rain you couldn't see it. They weren't close enough. And fortunately, it only damaged the prop, believe it or not. But then we made the turn, and I will say that certainly Cape May, I want to spend a night here in Cape May. This is a beautiful place at night. Right here where all the ships are, all the fishing boats come in. It's really a nice place. But anyways, that's reliving some of these. Steel Pond, okay. Let's see. Steel Pond was a nice anchorage on the Maryland side of Chesapeake, further north. Let's see that. Of course, y'all will get to see all of this when we get underway. Let me see if I can spot that Steel Pond. I actually remember that. I don't remember exactly where it's at, because it was back off the water. There it is. Yep. Yeah, it was one of those places someone had mentioned before about where you could get in out of weather no matter what winds you had. So anyways, that's something we're going to be talking about here going forward. Let's see. Yep, Steel Pond. All right, guys, let me just wrap through this. So remember, when we reach 7,000, and this week I'll get out a video about the crab trap giveaway. So let people know, share the channel with your friends who want to follow along, for the coming season. And when we get to 7,000, we'll do the giveaway. And I was trying to look at that a second ago, and my phone wasn't working. Let's see what it is. It still ain't working right. Well, I can't see it for some reason. I can't pull it up. So let me close this out. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. And let me represent. That's another thing, guys, I got to come up with, is how how I'm going to hold this laptop, where it's going to mount in the boat. Whenever I'm underway, I've got to be able to see that screen. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting where that ends up mounting. All right, so remember, 7,000, we're going to do the giveaway. You must be subscribed to the channel. You got to like the video, The winners will need to send me a screenshot just showing you are. Mud Club members, guys, the Course of Mud Club, we're now selling those. You can get 3 free entries and help spread it. Tag 5 people on your Facebook. That's a good way to spread it and let people know if you enjoy it. And I know once I'm excited about getting underway because there's just so much to talk about. Days like this, when you don't have a lot to talk about, it's kind of hard. But when you get underway, man, it's like there's so much to talk about, you can't get to all of it. So that'll be kind of fun. And the question is that you would leave is how many miles have we already done or completed on the loop from Tampa to Chesapeake, Virginia? That is the question. All right. How many miles have already made? And for those that are new, we started in Tampa, went down through the Okeechobee up the east side, and we made it to Chesapeake Bay. Okay. Let's see. Jules, looking forward to seeing these cool places. Yeah, me too. I can't wait. Y'all remember that was one of my favorite things about, tripping is getting out and talking to people, getting to really put eyes on the place. So I feel like with Good Times 2.0, I'll be able to get into more places that with Good Times OG. So I'm kind of excited about that. So let's see. Just carrying on right now. We'll talk a little bit more about next week. All right. Mud clubs have started. If you're interested, first look at videos at least a day before. Mud clubs will have their own live streams, especially once we get underway. Basically, the way that's going to work is in the mornings, I will turn on and shoot an email to all my mud clubbers, and you'll see like the mornings, what we got going on, what the plan is for the day. It just gives you a more of a inside look at what we're doing. And honestly, if you are planning on doing the loop, you should be a Mud Club member because you're going to learn things in that I won't be able to show whenever I'm underway. Like I'll show the routes. I'll show what I'm planning. I'll show weather and how I'm looking at the weather constantly. So if you're thinking about doing the Great Loop, you should be a Mud Club member. You'll be able to track me Good Times live. There'll be a program you'll be able to track. Content will be for Mud Club members only, just like the Mud Club members knew about the engine drop video before everybody else. Plus all major events, all meetups, you'll know about that. It's only $69 a year. The price is going to go up once I start the Great Loop. So FYI. And you're supporting a lifelong dream. So why wouldn't you want to do that? Let's see. Tony, what's happening? In there a little late. No worries, buddy. You didn't miss nothing on this one. We were talking about the Chesapeake Bay and the must-see places on the Chesapeake. So I don't know if you've been through those waters or not, but leave a comment on some of the must-sees. And I'm going to start working on somebody last year sent me a nice email and some of the must-sees. I'm obviously going to share it with y'all, like where places that you should see. All right. And suggestions should put something on the side of the boat for followers. You're correct. That's a good idea. And let me show you. I actually already have that for that very reason. So it's a dot, or it's one of those codes, and that will be on the side of the boat. So whenever I'm at the marina or somewhere and I'm talking to people, I will be able to just say, point your phone at that QR code and then go right to the channel. So We thinking alike for sure. So that's a good suggestion. Yep. Can't wait. Can't wait. Me too, guys. We know how it is. All right. That's going to wrap that up. Guys, don't have a lot to talk about this week. Hopefully next week we're going to have a lot more to talk about, show some different things. But I did say I got some carpet ordered because I know that I'm right to the point where once the engine goes in, I'm going to, like, in some of this dead time, I could have been working on the interior, but where I'm going to put some panels, I need the carpet to go under it. So I was like, well, this dead time, I went ahead and got the carpet ordered. So it's a dark blue, dark navy blue. And I'll be able to start on the inside as well. So, guys, appreciate y'all showing up. We'll be seeing you soon. And hopefully we get some more work done on this Good Times. It's a project for sure. But I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good time. And remember, good times is a state of mind.